No, welcome back. I'm Wavepunk. Today's 135 of producing for a year. Today we made some weird stuff. We made some strange sounds, new sounds we've never made before, all working in Vital. This is what our drop sounds like right now. I'm not gonna say I like that. I don't think that that's good drum and bass. I wouldn't put that on in my car. But we did some fun things. Today I watched some YouTube tutorials, mainly from this young man, Moonboy, who's got some packs out that you can go download. He made sure to tell me a whole bunch of times in the video. He was a very nice person and helped to guide me through how to make some drum and bass basses. Now, I will say, in general, I did not directly follow his tutorials, and the tutorial kind of like showed you the first like 3 steps, and then it did a little bit of like draw the rest of the owl. So I will say I didn't quite get an exact idea of how he made his basses, even if I had wanted to follow them all the way through. But the first few things he showed me, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn those knobs. So the first one we made was this. There's a lot going on here, which is funny because the sound I don't think is actually sounds that complicated. But we can kind of walk through a little bit of what I got going on here. This sync knob on this sound, I think is pretty cool. The way it affects that square wave. And then the formant, kind of same thing down here. I think that they're kind of just like similar effects. I'm not really sure what formant and sync actually do, but you can see that they clearly like distort the wave, the bass wave shape. And so I have the formant on this saw wave being automated by 2 different LFOs. One of which is this this kind of stepper sort of thing we got going on here, which you can see pretty clearly the correlation between this shape and this thing here. And then also there's this kind of like falling saw wave, which is what gives it that little kind of in the wave. The main thing that this is doing is automating the master volume, which is what's pulling it down there. I tried automating just tying this to both of these levels instead, or tying it to like all the level knobs here, but it kind of made it too clean, especially because I've got distortion running through it. I don't want those sounds as the level goes down to get less distorted. Over here on the distortion, I also have this knob being automated by that step filter one we've got going on, and then also this, I believe, yes, the distortion amount here is modulated by this just kind of large move up and then move down. You can also see the formant on this filter. This filter here is just set to formant mode, and I don't really know what formant mode means here, but it gave this kind of wacky shape, and I just automated it to move around, which gives that sweeping sound. Turn this off. You might be like, well, Caleb, I still heard a sweeping sound. Well, that's because I'm kind of doing it in 2 different places. I'm doing that same thing on this comb filter. Well, I guess it's not. Where else is this tied to? Oh. This is giving that sweep. There's a little bit of like, you can hear from this filter. So we just kind of, all we did really was just like make a couple different LFO shapes and then just start slapping them on things and seeing how it sounded. And honestly, it doesn't sound great, but it's fun. What's really fun is that we made it. Speaking of, and then the second one, this is again falling from that same video. I'll put the link down below if you want to go check it out. Thanks, Moonboy, for your help. Is just this kind of screamer sound. I think it's a cool down lower. It's not complicated enough. There's not enough. It's a good sound, but it's not really aggressive enough. And he didn't really exactly show what he did to make it aggressive. There was definitely some kind of like voicing stuff he was doing that I wasn't doing. Maybe if I hold on, if I wait. That's fun. This is the cool thing about a thing like a tool like this, like Vital, is it just gives you a whole bunch of like cool sound generating tools, and then things that let you move the sound around here. And you just easily just drag and drop it onto whatever you want. So, yeah, those are some pretty aggressive sounds there. So yeah, this is just a saw wave and then a second saw wave that the first saw wave is being FM'd into the second saw wave. I need to I want to do a little bit of find a podcast or someone explaining FM to me, because I kind of get it, but I also kind of don't get it. And then I also have the sync moved on this one, but I don't think it's actually being automated by anything. It's just, it just kind of set it there. I like the way it sounded. And then this is just a sub bass. You see that these are kind of tuned up here. On the effects side of things, we're just compressing it. We have a phaser and some reverb. Cool sound. Gotta love it. And that's it. I copy pasted this audio up into our 808 bass to give us a really full. And that gives us this.